I want to do a quick video breaking down the beginning of the Lakers season. This was going to be on Lonzo Ball and Rondo. I think people's missing the real problem here. I think the real problem is that they're both on the same team. That's why I mentioned that Rondo or Lonzo, either one probably needs to be traded. I was originally going to do a video on this, breaking down the first games of the season. And now, after this game, I realized that the whole storyline from the first 5 games was pretty much encapsulated in this one game. Okay, here we go. Starting out, we got Lonzo at the point, like I mentioned. It's 8-2 at this point. So they got a pretty sizable lead. If you watch the game, you know that Kuz hit two threes, splash, no problem. And that was pretty nice at the beginning of the game to see him get a 8-2 lead. And you're going to see right here. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a screen set, maybe. Yeah, here we go. If you can see this, because later you'll see what Rondo does, and that's why I have this as in the breakdown. As you'll see, it's just that easy switch right there. He didn't try to fight through the screen. He wasn't playing aggressive up on him. I don't know if this was their game plan. It could have been, but later you'll see that obviously they dropped that because Rondo and other people, Stevenson, were forcing through the screens, playing physical. But Zoe here, I mean, people has been big up on him because of how he played when Rondo was out. But as you'll see this game that Rondo definitely outplayed him. If you go back and look at the stats from the beginning, you'll see that the plus minus. That's one thing I say, like, context matters. You could see the game and see that he outplayed him, but it also shows in the plus minus that context of the game reflects the stats. Versus there's sometimes where plus minus doesn't really mean anything. You'll see that the player played well. They were just out on the floor at a time when, the lineups were screwed and they didn't really have an opportunity because of the people they were playing with, or because the other team was just dominating. But Lonzo he didn't play that extremely well this game. As you can see, easy. He gets around, and then right here you'll see there's really no need for this. He's beating Kuz, but Kuz is there. If you see JaVale McGee's there, so you got two of your bigs, your power forward and your center. And for some odd reason, Lonzo swipes. He steps all the way across. He could have almost tripped him, and swipes and hits him, and then you'll see him throw the ball up. But yeah, that's completely unnecessary. He shouldn't have done that. Okay, here we are again. This is a play that the Spurs ran. Well, that they run. You'll see that I think they're going to set a double ball screen here. Kind of like a drag coming off the transition. Again, Hart is playing defense here, but you can see Hart and Kuzma here just, switch. I mean, they're not fighting over it. I mean, like I said, again, you'll notice that later in the game they fixed that. I don't know if that's something that they fixed or it's something that these particular players are doing, because you see different players. Rondo, Stevenson, they were fighting through these. They weren't just letting them kind of not even set a screen. He's not even going to set a screen. He's just going to take him straight. And you'll see that now you got JaVale McGee matched up on DeRozan, which you don't want. DeRozan pump fakes him, gets the ball back, and now you can see Kuz on Aldridge, and you're going to get a foul. I mean, that's obviously not what you want. See what they do here. Okay, same again off the screen. He doesn't skate across it. He just kind of takes too wide of an angle across. You'll see right there, way too wide. And he's gonna follow him even. You can see Aldridge. They got basically anything they want right here. They got Aldridge on that pop. That's his spot. That's his shot. And you got McGee with this pretty sizable distance between them. Lonzo doesn't really do a good job of riding him over top of that and forcing him into the big. He pretty much just gives him all that room, and you'll basically see him hit that floater pop. That's the issue with Lonzo, because a lot of people are saying that, Lonzo is a pretty good defender. Rondo, as you can see in this video, and as I could show if I look back at the other games that I had. But like I said, everything that I was going to cover from the other games is in this game. That's why I'm just covering this one. But yeah, his defense, he gets steals. He plays the passing lanes. but he doesn't play great defense overall. And we're just going to see right here, Rondo enters the game. That's why this is a significant point. They're up by 4. You'll see that Rondo enters the game here, and you can see basically how he's handling the defense versus how Lonzo was handling the defense. Okay. It's the same double ball screen as you can see. Drag, bang, but you can see already that's a pretty decent screen. I mean, he got him. But you can see Rondo bang right there, right back at it. Over Aldridge chasing him all the way, gets back into his body, gets right back into his body. Now he's right on top of him. You can see Williams is right there, forces him into it, right into Williams, because he closes that space. And DeRozan makes his shot, but it's a lot tougher shot. It's a lot tougher shot. I mean, that's what you want. I mean, if they're going to make shots, at least make tough shots. Don't give them basically anything that they want. On the other one, you could see where DeRozan basically had a mismatch, and he could have went to work. They could have basically done anything, but on that, you can see Rondo did a lot better job. Okay, now we're looking at Lance Stevenson entering the game. As you can see, they're still lead only by 3, but there's 2 significant things that happen here. One, Stevenson comes in the game, and then JaVale McGee, as you'll see, comes in the game. But we'll watch this right away where Stevenson comes in the game first. Okay, Rondo D there, D'd him up. Okay, this is going to be a sequence basically of, you can see they got Kuz. I think they got, is that Kuz or Hart? I can't really tell from there. I think that's Kuzma. And then you got LeBron, Williams, Stevenson, Rondo. And you can see in his body, physical there, bang there. That's a tough turnaround shot. Contest, bang. Kuzma knocks it out. Knocks it over the Gay. He couldn't get the ball, but as you can see, that's basically one. And they want to come again. Boom, he cuts him off. He's there. Boom, almost gets the steal. Knocks it out. They get another shot. So that's 2. This is the third attempt right here. Drives. He's there. He's there. Forces a short shot. And LeBron, for some unexplained reason, just doesn't catch the ball. But then here you're gonna have again. This is like the third time going at him here. Already you can see Aldridge pushes Stevenson basically underneath the basket. They get the foul on Stevenson though. But they were still there. They got another possession here. Boom. Stevenson squatting when he's there. Get them on that flare screen. But watch Rondo. Boom, he's there fast. They know Mills from the previous game. If you watch the previous game, you know that they killed him on the threes. They shot 50% from threes. So they're just running them off the 3 here. They got a 3-point lead, so that's would have tied it up if he would have been weak on the closeout. But he closes out strong, maybe a little bit too much, but he's still there. And as you can see, this is one of the reasons why I talked about McGee. If they had a big guy in there, he wouldn't even be in that bad of a spot. With Mills being kind of a smaller player, he would have had to maybe tough over a bigger guy. But Williams being kind of undersized, I mean, he doesn't really get that great of a contest. As you can see, he's not that much. Even with Patty Mills Jones a little bit, he doesn't even look that much bigger. But he gets the floater. But if that would have been like JaVale McGee, and he would have been on his game, you might have had a block. You might have had a better contest. But as you can see, that was a solid 3 or 4 possessions that they got in a row where they just couldn't close it out. But you can see the defensive intensity of this lineup. Okay. Here you got Stevenson, Caldwell Pope, Hart, and Williams. Again, this is one of the they got basically 4 guards out there, and Williams is an undersized power forward. For this doesn't make any sense. I mean, like I said, I think this is a result of basically them having all these guards on their squadron. But here you go with Stevenson, and this shows you what Stevenson could do. As you can see in this play versus a play that you'll see later, is that Stevenson has the ball as a ball handling role coming out off the side like this, and he hits him with a couple crosses, and you'll see right here he gets this other screen, gets a little separation, and basically hits little step back move on two dudes. I mean, that's what Stevenson can give you scoring. I mean, if Stevenson can seriously give you scoring, I mean, for LeBron, that's great. I mean, if you got a guy like Stevenson out there just killing it, I mean, as a scorer, when I mean the best part of his game is creating, passing, his handles. But if he's out there scoring too and hitting threes, then I mean you're in trouble. I mean, as another team, especially when you got a team that already got LeBron, you know, and then I mean you got up and coming developing players, and as you see right here, they give him space, no hesitation, splash, splash. If he's doing this, then LeBron, you know, people want to point fingers at his teammates. You can't really point fingers at teammates too much when you got Stevenson out there. You know, LeBron's on the bench at this point. They got a 3-point lead that Stevenson just gave him. You know, and right here you're going to see JaVale McGee enters the game, and you're going to see that, you know, what I mentioned about JaVale McGee being more of a presence than Williams, just because of his size. And, you know, if they get another guy with size like Mo Wagner, especially Mo Wagner being able to stretch the floor, I mean, that's an easy fix. And you'll see how the main problem basically is Lonzo and Rondo and having all them guards. Okay. Okay, bang. They're still in this lineup. I think they got KCP and Hart and Stevenson and Rondo. So still got the kind of like 4-guard lineup basically, but they got JaVale McGee in the game. So and Rondo and Stevenson both playing pretty intense. And Hart's been playing like okay defense, and KCP's been kind of like inconsistent. That's basically been his main issue, inconsistency. But as you can see right here, across this screen, you're gonna see the physicality of him just going through Powell, Gasol, and he's right there on Powell. They got to switch this up. If he got to box out Powell, he's right there in position. I mean, he forces him right into McGee, and you're going to see the presence of McGee here right off the back. Presence of him. I don't know if he blocked it. Can't really tell if he blocked it or just contested, but bang. And now we're right here. Stevenson behind the back. Boom. And this is the pressure Stevenson can put when he's leading the break, when he got the ball in his hands. And you're going to see all these guards, you know, he can't have the ball in his hands as much when he has to compete with KCP getting the ball in his hands, LeBron getting the ball in his hands, Rondo getting the ball in his hands, Lonzo getting the ball in his hands, Hart getting the ball in his hands. That's too many guys to share to rock with when you got a couple of guys who are so much more productive and so much more efficient and skill-wise can do things like this. Like you can see, they're not worried about Rondo on the other side, but you can watch when he makes a crossover move. Patty Mills darts across the lane. Out there, Stevenson, like he knows he's about to beat him. I mean, this is Lance Stevenson here, and you got 5 eyes. You got 5 dudes in the paint against Lance Stevenson because of his scoring ability in this game. And you know, the Spurs prep. The Spurs are a disciplined team. The Spurs are one of the best coached teams. They've been one of the best coached teams, and to have 5 guys basically all on one side of the floor versus Lance Stevenson. And granted, the Lakers don't have good spacing here, but Rondo. One of the things I mentioned is they said about Lonzo, he wasn't hesitating to shoot. But as you're going to see right here, Rondo, splash, bottom, nothing but the bottom. Nothing but the bottom. I mean, it didn't hit the rim, it didn't roll around. He shot with confidence. He didn't hesitate. He didn't look around. And that surprised me because some of the clips that actually was that differed from what I was thinking when I was going to post the video the other day before this game. You know, him hesitating on getting space and hesitating was an issue. But in this game, I mean, he showed quick that he's willing to make it less of an issue. And as you can see right there, that gave him 27-21 lead here. With this lineup, with JaVale McGee in the game, Stevenson and Rondo being the key contributors. You can see right there, bang, McGee comes up with the rebound. We're out. McGee. Again, bang, good screen, wide open shot, gets in rhythm, going to his left, you know, and now we got a 29-21 lead, just like that from JaVale McGee coming in the game with Stevenson and Rondo. Got a pass up top. I think Powell's going to miss this. Boom. Secure the board. Coming back down. Puts a move on him. Doesn't get that foul call, but cupped it with his hand, you know. And now we're coming back down. We got a 31-23 right here. And right here, you're going to see that Stevenson, his defensive intensity on Gay. And this is going to be a significance because when we go later in the game, you can see when other dudes are playing him, how they're playing him versus how Stevenson's playing him here. You know, boom. He's not giving it to him. He's going to come back. He's going to get it back. But, you know, he's boom right up there again, right in his body. You know, straight up. Gay comes into him a little bit. Hits him with the bow on the way up. I think they might got double technicals after this. They might have talked to each other, I forget. But he goes up. And right here, no everything ended up going making a shot. But you can see already with Joe McGee's presence. I mean, he was an inch moment, basically a second away from getting a good block there. But, you know, gets the goaltend. But we're still at the end of the quarter. We're up, what are they up? 33-29 here. And we want to see Stevenson again to close out the quarter, which is important. To close out strong every quarter in basketball, like everybody knows who plays the game, studies the game. And you'll see Stevenson against Gay. Bam. Splash gives him a 36-29 lead going out of the first. And this is significance too if you look at the guys Stevenson scored against here. This is kind of a deal because, I mean, Rudy Gay at one time could have been, you know, some people might have seen as, you know, emerging star in the league. Could have been a pretty good player. I mean, with the size, you know, you'd expect him to be the superstar, how tall he is, but he got the guard skills, he could shoot. So he's definitely not a bum. I mean, Stevenson wasn't going up against switching on guards, and if people was going to back off of him and not getting up on him, I mean, he's making them pay. That's what you want to see, that type of confidence out of your players, out of any players, backups, role players, starters, everybody. Okay. When we're dropping back to the third quarter, as you can see, I'm pretty sure they got their starting lineup in here again. So this is Lonzo Ball back in the game, in the 69-62. So they still pretty much got the same lead that they left the half with. I mean, not half, but that first quarter, their lead that they got initially, they got it back at this point. So I mean, it's a pretty decent lead in the third, late, and we're gonna see how they close it out here. As you can see, Ball basically got beat up the dribble. He said he got hit, but I mean, when he went over that screen, you could already see that, I mean, he wasn't where he's supposed to be and gets beat. You can't make no excuses on that. Can't make any excuses. And we're coming back here again. For some odd reason, okay, Kuz kind of falls out to play. So they're basically a 5-on-4 scenario here with LeBron back. Lonzo Ball picks up the ball. You can see his guy on the opposite side of the court. Why he picks up the ball, I guess, I mean, that's okay, but it's after he picks up the ball. You can see here, he picked up Gay, but now he goes over to pick up DeRozan when Hart's there. You know, they got to have better communication than that, but Ball definitely, I mean, if he just gives that shot to DeRozan, I mean, DeRozan's not, I mean, he's an improved three-point shooter. That's not definitely his game. Mid-range is his game. He should definitely have stayed back on Gay just a little bit. That way, if DeRozan does make this pass, which he does, boom. As you can see, he's wide open right now. You'll see Kuzma come in late. There he is. But, I mean, he's already wide. He pump fakes. Gets him right here at distance. I mean, you see he's looking at the hoop. Here he's already in his motion for a shot. It's a late contest here. Ball could have been over there a lot quicker if he went when he picked up Gay, but then he goes all the way over to DeRozan, and now just like that, I mean, the Spurs are down by 2. There goes that lead. And again, here's the screen again, the double screen. As you can see, don't fight through it here again. So that's why I said that, you know, maybe it's just the players that's playing it. Because, I mean, you got LeBron here and Hart, aren't fighting through this at all. And again, you have, you know, McGee on him like they did earlier in the game. And I saw this coming right when I saw it. I mean, I knew that was over. It was over before it even started. McGee, hands down, man down, like they say. He had no shot right there with the way he was playing that and with the way they didn't fight through it. And again, you got Lonzo. Boom, missed it. Again, he's shooting without hesitation, but I mean, when people talk about his shot improving, I mean, until he gets to the point where, he has a 6 for 10 game or a 5 for 6 3-point game, I mean, we can't talk about, how him versus Rondo from the perspective of him being a significantly better 3-point shooter. And what does that lead to? A missed shot straight to the post. As you can see, Hart here. Money. Whereas when this is Stevenson, Garden, both Gay and DeRozan, has a different result. And here you can see, just so people who want to kind of have the false perspective that LeBron's out here with no help doing stuff. LeBron gives up a huge shot, crunch moment, where that was actually one of the times where DeRozan actually had to get rid of the ball. And as you can see again here, here's Gay against Kuzma. Again, money. I mean, he never had a chance. He never put himself in a good position to have a chance with that. And right here, we're going to go back to the third to close out. After they kind of lost that lead a little bit, you're going to see Stevenson enter the game for LeBron. And Rondo is going to enter the game for JaVale McGee. So boom, we're here with Stevenson. We got Hart, we got Kuzma, we got Rondo, we got Williams. So we could basically got 3 guards, but two power forwards out here. And you want to see they get this rebound already, right? They're pushing the pace. You got Kuzma in the game. He could take it down low. He got moves. He could score. We're back up. 6 already, just like that. Come back again. We got Rondo. Gets fouled. Being aggressive, gets fouled. Coming again. Boom. Here's Rondo. No hesitation, splash. Big shot. Gives him now we're up 86-77 here. See what I'm saying? And then we're going to play some good D. We'll get the ball back again. Now we're out. Okay, with this lineup. Then we're here, boom. Again, drop off. Boom, there's our lead again. 11 points. At the end of the third here. And what we're going to see right here is Josh Hart entering the game for Kyle Kuzma. And this is what I'm going back to, where all these guards trying to get him time. As you can see at the beginning of the game, what I showed, if you remember, is Josh Hart's minutes versus Kyle Kuzma's minutes. Why Josh Hart played that much versus Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma could have been in the game here. As you can see, the lineup where Rondo entered the game and Stevenson entered the game with him in a rotation. Obviously, it worked. They had the lead, but as you're going to see, or as you can see, just basically looking at the play-by-play, they're about to lose this. This is what I'm talking about. Hart comes in the game. Where's he at? They're up 8 points. He's playing point guard. Okay? You got Rajon Rondo, Lance Stevenson. Hart's playing point guard. Comes off the screen. Look at that space that he has. Look where Mills is. Rondo just knocked down, as you can see, he knocked down some threes. So, he got a rhythm from 3. He could hit it. He's showing that he could hit it. And you got Hart picking up his dribble here. No man's land, picks up his dribble. I mean, if that's Stevenson, you just saw him pull up. He can go to his left earlier in the game. You saw Rondo show his ability to get to the basket, get a foul. I mean, obviously in this situation you want to attack. You want to see what you want to see if you could drag this out. You want to see what Patty Mills is going to do. If he's going to drop off, if you get a pass, and as you can see Hart here, they're down to 10 seconds on the shot. And Rondo, he had Stevenson, but at that point they already lost it. But Rondo still should have probably hit Stevenson out there, but as you can see, that didn't work out. Stevenson picks up the foul here on Gay. We're back at it again. But here's like I mentioned, when Stevenson plays the point, as you're going to see productivity, he comes off the screen, boom, being aggressive, attacks the paint. He attacks. Something that Hart didn't do. He attacked. He drew two defenders. As you can see, Williams is there basically by himself. Stevenson misses. Williams, for some odd reason, catches it instead of tipping it just right back in. We're at this point, even, kicking it back out, resetting on three guys for some odd reason. He catches it, comes all the way back down on three guys, tries to go back up. And him being undersized, he done got blocked by Gay, which is kind of funny. Gay being a small forward, him supposed to be the power forward, or Gay basically could play shooting guard. But here you can see again how aggressive he comes off here. Goes behind the back on two dudes. He probably should have hit Rondo on this, but he pulls. He has these guys off balance. It's what it's about. If you take shots fluid and you get people off balance, you get things like this. So where you done missed a shot, and other situations where the other team's running out, in a situation where you got a player who's that threatening, a scorer, a ball handler, and attracts that much attention, you can see he attract two dudes. Mills left Rondo. Rondo's wide. He's right at the free throw line where you want to be, scouting that rebound. Gets it back, gets the driving lane, and for another I don't know what happened here, but Rondo goes up and gets blocked again by Gay. But some credit has to be given to Gay for getting a couple blocks, but I don't know what Rondo was really doing. He had enough time to where he could have pulled that back out and got something, but still. Here you want to see Pope, and like I mentioned, you got all these guards. This could have been Stevenson again. Instead, it's Caldwell Pope, because he needs to get his touches too. You got so many guys who need to get touches and come around these guard screens, and here you got a miss, and they're out. You still got a 6-point lead at this point, but in that transition, feeling it, bang. Patty Mills too good of a shooter, and you done lost the lead, just like that from having that type of lineup out there, where you didn't have Kuz in the game. You didn't have JaVale McGee in the game. You had all them guards that you're trying to get time with. That's not going to work. Eventually, they're going to have to figure out what they're going to do with all those extra guards. Okay, here we are again. Like I said, just KCP got his time. Hart was already at point. Didn't work. Again, Rondo's wide open at this point. A point guard makes that play. Right there, you could. A point guard already sees what's happening here. Any basketball mind, you already see that you could get the Rondo. Now you got two dudes playing one. Two guys playing against one. I think that's Bellinelli. If you could get the Rondo, he has to decide if he wants to leave Rondo wide open to basically sit there, tie his shoes up, see if his outfit looks nice, and then take the shot, or he wants to take Rondo, and then you want to have Caldwell Pope in the corner. But instead, he drives, he pulls up his dribble, he runs into him, gets that charge. That's Patty Mills. That's what he does. And here you're going to see again Stevenson versus Gay. And you're going to see the difference between Stevenson versus Gay and the rest of the people. Stevenson, boom, he's there. For some odd reason, Williams comes across. I thought that, maybe he should probably stay back. I thought Stevenson was in an okay position, but you see that miss, and Williams guy ends up getting a rebound. But you can see Gay missed it with Stevenson guarding him. It's just Powell got the board, and now it's 1 point game. Okay, now here's what you're going to see is they still have the lead here, but James is going to enter the game for Stevenson, and Ball is going to enter the game for Williams uh, in the beginning of the fourth. Here we go. Boom, Lonzo with the ball. And you're going to see, this is the potential that he showed people, but as you can see, as you will see later on, you know, it doesn't necessarily translate. Just because you see him do it once or twice doesn't mean it could translate throughout a game. It doesn't mean he has that leadership and that winning mentality that people were begging that, he start. There's obviously other good reasons why he should start, but you see plays like this, it can't just be because of that. A lot of the people who say, definitely he needs to start because he needs the experience for the future and stuff like that. But if you're trying to win now, obviously Rondo's the guy. But yeah, there's reasons for him to start, but just seeing him make a couple of threes and shooting with confidence isn't a great one. As you can see again, weaker on this. I mean, that's all day. I mean, they're weak around that. Again, that's why I say it's certain people. I mean, Stevenson and Rondo weren't weak around these screens like that. They weren't playing games. They were trying to fight over it. They were trying to get it into the dude's bodies. They were trying to make it difficult on them. They're trying to be intimidating. As you can see, Ball here with the miss gets tangled up with McGee. And see, that's what I'm talking about. A scorer, someone who's supposed to be, a top overall pick. You could say people are saying, "Oh, well, I was wrong that he might be a bust." I mean, I don't think they should consider anybody like just saying they might be a bust or might not. I mean, all these players are good. All these players deserve to be there. But in terms of elite scorer going to the basket, you miss like that, then you give the ball up and watch this defense compared to like someone like Stevenson when he gets all the way there, all the way, pump fakes him, probably travels, but anyway, it's weak defense, and he gets to score. They take their first lead of the game. San Antonio, first lead of the game. Trail by 14 points with Lonzo. I'm pretty sure even LeBron might have been in at that point. But here you're going to see, again, in the fourth, Lance enters for Ball. Rondo enters the game. So you're going to see that they're down by 2 points right here. So they're still in the game, basically. You got Rondo, Stevenson, and this is against DeRozan. The play kind of, I don't know if it broke down. I don't know if they're supposed to ISO him, but he gets this ISO backside and makes it count. Like I said, if you're going to get scoring like that from Stevenson against guys like that, and you're going to see Stevenson again here playing the point, this is what I'm talking about. If he didn't have to fight for the time with these other guys, that's the main issue. It's Stevenson is probably the main factor when you're talking about Lonzo and Rondo. People make it about Lonzo and Rondo, but it's really about Stevenson, really, because he's the one that led him to two wins. And you can see he gets McGee the ball here. Again, this is another one of the plays. Like, I just have no clue what's going on with. McGee has the ball. He was against Patty Mills, so they double him. Someone's about to be wide, and for some odd reason, he just tosses it. LeBron was in that vicinity, but he wasn't there. Stevenson's right there. He panics and throws this one away. Then we're back at it. Look, like I said, bang, right here. We got Stevenson versus him, forces him to a quick turn, but he closes that airspace. He's right in his body. He's there on him, making him uncomfortable, making him feel him. And right there, you're going to see LeBron and Rondo let this backdoor cut. LeBron, he kind of got to close that off right there. He's got Pau Gasol. If Pau Gasol's going to hit a three on you, sometimes you're going to have to live with that. He's going to have a slower. LeBron's going to be able to get back out on him. He's going to have a slower wind up than a lot of like smaller guards. It's not Curry out there. You got Gasol out there, and he got this angle where, Bellinelli is able to just squeeze right in between him like a freaking they parted the Red Sea and get the slay, you know. And then LeBron comes back. You know, just for people who say like, oh, LeBron, it was all LeBron. LeBron took over for a minute in the fourth, kept him in the game for a second, but he made his share of mistakes. It wasn't all great, as you can see right here. Got KCP the ball again. That's like I said, they're getting KCP touches. I mean, that could be Rondo, that could be Stevenson, who obviously play a lot better off the pick and roll. Two of the elites in the league at it, and you want to see LeBron gets that offensive foul, obvious offensive foul, turnover a crucial moment on the down two. The game's getting into crunch time. I'm going to see here again. You're going to see this pick. But watch. Rondo. Over top of it. KCP's on him. They won't get it out. And his body. Contest. Bound. You know? Because this lineup, even the KCP's out there, McGee, Stevenson, Rondo, we still got a good lineup here. We still got a good lineup, even though they're not always getting up the right ball to right people when LeBron's doing stuff like this. I mean, you still got your players out there, and you'll see what I mean. Right here again, Gay versus Stevenson again, and you're gonna see what I mean later in the game. Which you get that he forces that miss. You got McGee there for the rebound, and you got Stevenson playing point guard again. And watch what happens. He's at point. He got the ball in his hands, puts a move on him. Mad space here. I mean, so much space he doesn't even need to pick. I mean, you got to slip, but it's basically because he crossed him. And then you're going to have the lob, Powell out of position, trying to play the middle. Fouls McGee. They didn't call it a shooting foul. It's called on the floor, I'm pretty sure. That's why he's not shooting after this. I think they get the ball back. You'll see this motion here. I think he gets fouled there. But watch Stevenson. It's a foul. Plays dead. But look where he was. Look what he's ready to do. You know? And we got players willing to do that, and you got to split minutes between all these guys. He gets LeBron on the pin down here. Stevenson for the assist. Boom, lead. There's your lead late in the game. Crunch time when you need it. And then here again, this is the last play that before they make a lineup change. Or another lineup change after this. But you're going to see that Kuzma wide. Stevenson finds him. I mean, I don't even know who the heck's supposed to be guarding, but you can see what it could do when you got Kuzma in the game. Now he's playing the 5. And you got, I think Aldridge is supposed to be guarding, but Aldridge is obviously a 5. He's not used to that, I guess, against Kuzma yet. But Kuzma hits big threes in this game, and he's wide. If he would have took his time a little bit, he probably would have hit this. It looked like he needed to probably get that right foot forward a little bit more. He does rotate into a little bit, but he didn't have his alignment there really like he should have. And you're going to see right here, Lakers are down 2. Lonzo Ball enters the game for Stevenson. So Stevenson, your clutch player in the last two games, where he went 23, 8, and 8 for you, and the next game he had 8 points, 2 threes in a row when you were down by 8, and a huge assist to LeBron at the end of the game to get you up and get you a win versus an undefeated squad. And now he's at the game. You got Lonzo Ball back in because he got to get minutes. First play, throws it away. I don't know if that was the first play or not, but he throws it away. And then you got Hart again with the ball. Come off this pick. Again, we saw Stevenson splash. We saw Stevenson get an assist coming off with that much space. And we'll see Lonzo Ball overshoot it by a lot. Wasn't even close. We got LeBron here on a pull-up brick. Just for people. I mean, I don't even know that wasn't even relevant to the conversation here, but it had to just show a little bit of LeBron not making plays versus all the plays that people think that he's always making. Which he does make his share of plays, but I mean, people try to treat it like his teammates are always down, he's always up, when it's not always the case. Right here, you got Lonzo wide. Mad space there, wasn't ready to catch and shoot that. Gets rid of it. And they don't get another block, I'm pretty sure. About Aldridge. Lonzo wasn't ready to catch and shoot that. You have a good pass here, but Look, Kuzma's back in the game. I mean, with this lineup right now, he doesn't have that much chemistry. He doesn't have that flow. I mean, he had 31 minutes. He probably should have had a little bit more than that, maybe like 35, 36. He lost some extra minutes. He misses the easy lay. And you're going to see on the defensive end, now Kuzma's in the game, but he's in that game at a time where you probably need a different guy. I mean, I don't understand how in this situation, if you're LeBron, you're not saying, give me Rudy Gay, put Stevenson against DeRozan. We're going to match up against the rest of these guys. Whoever they got in, we'll just match up and play D. But right here, you can see they're already now. You're going to get right here. See him dip the ball right there? I actually paused it right where I wanted to. You got to be active. You got to be on his body. If a player is able to get from here to up above their head, and you can see how he turns his body, he's already like in his comfort zone for this shot because it's splash, nothing but the bottom. Like, he doesn't roll around on the rim. I mean, he's right where he wants to be. And they made a 7-0 run. Hart hit a big three. LeBron, that's where LeBron got his scoring in. And he did bring him back within a chance to, but if you can see Hart getting his minutes in now when he probably shouldn't. You can see Rondo in the game, Lonzo Ball in the game. So you got these guys in the game when Stevenson showed his defensive ability. And this is what I'm talking about. You got, even after the game, LeBron saying that Hart stay down. You can't stay down on this. Look at where the ball is right there. You got to get a hand on that. If a player can flash the ball in front of your face like that and bring it down again, then bring it up again in front of your face, I mean, like, way too easy. He's into his body there, but way too comfortable. Way too late into his body. He was able to pump fake. He's able to check it out, see what was good. I mean, at this point, it's over. And that's it for the breakdown. I mean, they had another play after this. Controversial, I guess, a little bit. Funny because Rondo kind of loses the ball, kind of bobbles it, kind of tries to get it back out when he had a wide open lane to the basket. But that really didn't have anything to do with the game. Rondo played extremely well. Shot like 50% from three. I think 50% overall. You saw the plays. You saw Lonzo's plays. They didn't fix this. This is what they need to fix. You can't have four basically guys trying to play point guard. You can't have four guys in the backcourt all thinking like, maybe I get the ball this play. You can't. I mean, maybe I get the ball to bring it up. You can't have basically six guys total thinking about having the ball in their hands, thinking about competing for playing time and spreading the playing time out like that. So they're going to have to do something. I don't know if it's trade Rondo since he's older and keep Lonzo for the future. I don't know if they figure it out. I don't think they can figure it out rotational wise. If they do, someone smarter than me's there dealing with the rotations, dealing with breaking it down, how they could get who in the game win. But really, they have too many guys who need the ball in their hands, who need the ball just to have the ball to score, to be part of the game, to be part of the team. And I mean, the best way probably to fix the problem would be to get rid of Lonzo or get rid of Rondo. Like I think they wanted to do last year. I think they wanted to get rid of Lonzo. I truthfully do. When they came out that he was injured, his camp, people think that maybe the guy leaked it, that he had an injury right when there was rumors that he might get traded. And I mean, that's fine. I think he's a good ball player. I think he's good enough to be on the squad, even though he didn't play that well this game. I think he's good enough to give you something, even in the future, what Rondo could give you since Rondo's older. But at this point, they just have to make a decision what they're going to do. I mean, they can't have Rondo in the game, Lonzo in the game at the same time at the end of the game, with Hart in the game more and Kuzma getting taken out of the game. And if you got a center like JaVale McGee, I mean, you got to let him foul out of the game. I mean, when you don't have a backup center. And with him not getting in the lineup and all these guards getting playing time, they're going to have to figure that out. And that's what it is.